Hey, and welcome to our talk, From Flagging Releases to Flagged Releases, a story of release acceleration from Vodafone UK. Welcome, my name is Greville, and I'm responsible for Vodafone UK's web engineering, and I'm going to tell you a story of wonderment, peril, danger, and delight. A story in three parts, a beginning, a middle, and an end that takes us on a hero's journey from flagging releases to flagged releases. Before we continue, let's first just do some housekeeping. I'll be joined by two other intrepid adventurers. Firstly, David Ward, who's responsible for our platform team, agile practice, automation engineers and BAs. And I'll also be joined by Natasha Wright, who's been leading our CI/CD team from Accenture. Please join us on our quest. Before we talk about our journey, let me first tell you about our humble beginnings. Vodafone was the first company to make a mobile phone call in the UK, the first company to introduce text messaging, and the first to introduce international roaming. We are a company of firsts, and today we deliver a plethora of products and services from mobile devices to home broadband. Our business serves over 600 million customers around the globe, with 18 million of those customers here in the UK. We're a global leader in IoT, serving over 90 million connections. That's more than anybody else. We help our customers all around the globe stay connected. We passionately believe in the power of new communication networks and technologies to change our society for the better. Have a look at this video that tells you a little bit about us. This is not where our story starts. Once upon a time, we were fighting to make change. There was a call to adventure. The world was changing around us. The speed and rate of change was accelerating, and we needed to catch up. We needed some help, something that could help us with our challenge on the road that lay ahead. Our ability to release code, but with pace and with quality. In the beginning, Vodafone didn't really have much of an engineering team. It didn't have developers, guilds, tribes, or communities. We had isolated parts of our business making change and coming together all at once. Releasing was becoming harder and harder each and every time that we tried. As we began to grow and build our engineering squads, we began to swarm around ideas and tooling that would help us hit our objectives and solve those challenges. We use Azure DevOps. It helps us for all of our agile needs, our CI/CD practice. It serves us really, really well in storing code, managing workflow, even documentation. And in the short term, we were using Azure DevOps to handle the turning on and off of code functionality through environment variables. But even that had its own challenges. They were too coupled. All of our heroes needed to bundle work together and only go when all of them were ready. Getting work out became cumbersome. Long, arduous, tiresome days and nights for our engineering legends. Everything had to be done by a person, deploying code usually late into the night. I remember fondly gathered around a conference table in our office with fingers hovered over buttons ready to press. And then once they were, having to check everything manually, even placing orders into our shop ourselves to check that everything was working as we expected. Outside of engineering, even people that wanted to make changes, such as our product management guild, they relied on engineering support to turn those features on and off or run beta tests. There was no interface. The system was really unusable for non-technical users. So it meant that only developers could make changes or release. All the changes as well needed that release. Even something as simple as setting something to true required a new release, meaning more time being spent on administrative tasks rather than actually delivering customer value. So as this solution grew, we needed to deploy changes more quickly to production, but we were already getting further and further ahead of our stack. We needed to get more releases out, but maybe, just maybe, so that our customers couldn't see those changes. So surely there must have been a better way. I'm going to hand now over to our middle section with David Ward.
So, here we were, releasing once per quarter. We had a strategy for releasing in place, and that strategy was there to protect us. We'd been scared to release, frightened at the thought of causing an outage and having to spend endless hours in rooms of war debating where the issue had occurred, what the root cause was, and ultimately who was going to get the slap on the wrist this time for being the cause of the issue. Our strategy was built on blue-green deployments. We had 2 identical versions of our entire